Hello everybody, David here from multitool.org. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Benchmade Dacian. Dacian, however you want to say that. I know there's some debate as to the proper pronunciation of that. The Dacian is a new fixed blade for 2024. Features an overall length of 7.57 inches, a weight of 3.37 ounces, a blade of 3.54 inches, a blade thickness of 0.12, and comes in Magnacut. This specific model is the one with the denim blue micarata and the brown sheath. The other one features a different color combination. The thing that sets the Dacian apart from other Benchmade fixed blades is this is designed to be carried in the pocket. Some people thought that the clip here was meant to go over a belt, but there's barely enough room to fit it over a belt if somebody decided to try and do that. So pocket carry is the best. This is set up for right-hand carry. You can flip it around, and maybe for purposes of being on camera, it might be better to try and do it that way. Sorry about that, folks. I had a visitor. The Dacian, what separates it from being with all the rest of the Benchmade fixed blades, as I was saying, was the pot clip. Does not fold over a belt. I gravitated towards it because I'm trying to get into the fixed blade mindset. I have been a pocket knife person for 25 years, give or take, and I could not see myself carrying a fixed blade. I figured if I can fold the blade in half to make it more compact, what is the point of having a fixed blade? So there are situations and things that arise that will allow you to have more performance possibly over a fixed blade than having a folding blade. Things I like, things I don't like. On the whole, I like it. It really is a great setup. Beautifully crafted knife. The machining, the overall package for the blade itself, fantastic. The blade has plenty of jimping on the top. If you wanted to do some controlled cuts and wanted to put your finger up here, there's plenty of traction to keep your finger where it's supposed to be. The handle, even though it doesn't have much but that kind of jean material type of texturing, there's enough there to park your fingers and the little groove in order to keep you in place. Excuse me, got the hiccups. They got an optional lanyard hole, which also looks like it's part of construction because it's used an Allen to hold it together. There's a little bit of jimping on the rear side of the handle to help hug the rear of your handle. I mean, in the rear of your hand, not your handle, excuse me. Benchmade runs their Magnacut usually a little on the softer side. I've been watching some videos where to really get Magnacut to be optimal for edge holding performance, you want it 63 or higher. Rockwell, they do theirs about 61, 62. So plenty serviceable, plenty easy to sharpen. It will last a long time, but I don't think Benchmade is squeaking the most out of their steels that they should get. But as much of a great knife this is for EDC, it's not too large, not too small, like the Muskrat and some other ones I've already shown. Those are a little on the small side. This is about the maximum size that I would probably go for a fixed blade. But I think the negative for this knife would be the sheath. The clip does have a little bit of a steel tab underneath to keep it so it stays parked on your pocket. I like that aspect, kind of like how some of the what are those things called? The ulti-clip, where the ulti-clip will help snap at your pocket. Kind of does the same thing without the tearing of your pocket. But the whole sheath is plastic, a lot like it was on the Water series which I thought was kind of neat, but also was just screamed cheap. I would much prefer a Kydex sheath. The only positive is that the sheath is reversible for righty or for lefty. There's the screw here where a pivot would go on a regular knife. That is where it's snapping in, and I have noticed that as you're experiencing here. Sometimes if the knife's not placed in the sheath just right, it will not snap into place. Sometimes when I've got it in my pocket, I have to kind of wiggle around a little bit before I find that spot in order to click it in. So that's a negative. I definitely do not like that. Not sure if you guys can see that in the video. There's little divots up top on either side of where that ball from the pivot will lock in. And also, when it comes to Kydex, I like people like Kaiser who put the little flare on the end of their Kydex, a little nice place to push your thumb and push and pull the knife out of the sheath. That doesn't exist on this. So when this is in my pocket, I'm having to push against the sheath and trying to pull at the same time. It's not as user-friendly as a well-done Kydex sheath, but it is what it is. Looks like I will be purchasing a Kydex sheath in the future for this guy to get it where I want it. And a good Kydex sheath is going to run me about $50–$55, looks like, from Essie or other suppliers. But overall, great knife. Just held back a little bit by a kind of wonky, kind of afterthought of a sheath. Does have a way to hang it from a neck lanyard if you wanted to. I did see one video on YouTube where a guy used this to thread a paracord to his belt or belt loop, so he would not lose the sheath when pulling the Dacian quickly out of his pocket, because sometimes the sheath would come out with the knife as you pulled it out. But it is what it is. There you go, everybody. The new Benchmade Dacian.